Hey guys, it's Coach Juno here, and today I will be explaining what makes Federer's forehand so dangerous. And the hint is it has nothing to do with his technique, although his technique is very important to his game. All pros have a different genetic makeup with their forehand, meaning everyone's forehand is a little bit different. So if that's true, why do all these pros have a weapon usually on the forehand side? And the key is the stance. So without further ado here, we're going to check out 3 video clips, and we're going to check out legends such as Kobe Bryant, Tom Brady, and finally Federer. And I want to see if in these clips you can pick out or decipher what stance is used in every single one of these athletes' games.
Kobe wants to get to that 15 to 18 foot area because he is the best mid-range game player this league has ever seen.
2 from the 7 of Atlanta. Tom takes the snap. Looks left, throws it for Amendola. Let's go, DA! Touchdown, Patriots!
Just goes to show you, even somebody as quick as Djokovic struggles to catch up to a good
Hey guys, what's up? So you just saw video clips of Kobe Bryant, Roger Federer, and Tom Brady. Now I'm going to go over the stance. If you guessed it, it was the neutral stance, and I'm going to explain what the neutral stance is and why it's so effective for Federer. The 2 reasons why it is effective is both power and disguise. So without further ado, here we go. So there's 3 types of stances in tennis. There's the closed stance, there's the neutral stance, and there's the open stance. So I'm going to go through the 3 so you can distinguish between the differences between the stances, and then from there hopefully get more effective on the court. So open stance. Your feet are in a straight line, parallel from one another. So this is the most commonly misused stance in tennis. I've seen it a lot with all types of players, and I've had parents talk to me about it where they've been with other coaches and have been confused on using open stance or neutral stance. At the time they didn't know it though. So they would go in and they'd try and hit every ball like this, and just logically thinking, this probably wouldn't work every time. What are those reasons? One of the reasons is you're going to wait on the ball. If you're loading up on this outside leg every time, I'm waiting for the ball to get to me. Think of it as throwing or punching. If I throw a ball, you wouldn't throw like this. You step in and you release. Hence the video clip of Tom Brady. Second would be Kobe. We used it, right? So when Kobe was shooting and playing basketball here, he was getting in what they call the 3-point. So from here, the 3-point stance, they can do a jab step, they can do a step back, right? They can do a bunch of different stuff, all based off the pivot of the hips and a neutral stance. Of course, you saw that with Roger Federer, and then I will put in a clip here later from Sports Science, ESPN Sports Science. They do a great job of explaining Conor McGregor's punch. And of course, Conor McGregor during his punch uses what? The neutral stance. Alright. So now I'm going to go over the closed stance. Alright. So the closed stance, I'll do this for righties. For lefties, it's just opposite. My left foot's in front, my right foot's in back. So when I go to swing, this foot stays in back here, and this is going to be used mostly for your approach shot, sometimes when stepping into the ball. But remember, your neutral stance, when you watch it on the tour, is used 80 to 85% of the time. So, going over my neutral one more time, I briefly went over it when explaining the open stance of how Tom Brady uses it and how McGregor uses it, and so on and so forth. So again, a neutral is different in the sense that your right leg's out for righties and your left leg's over, and you're going to load up. You're going to transfer your weight from your right to your left. And that allows you to get more hips into it, allows you to step into the ball and attack it, okay? So why is Federer so effective with his forehand? It's because he's really quick at getting set up and using this stance so much. From this stance, now remember we said we used it, it's so effective because it uses power and it uses disguise, okay? So if we go back to open stance, in open stance we're here, and when we hit, we are pretty much telegraphing where we're going to hit. Because if I hit the ball here, it's going to go straight. My strings are pointing straight this way. If I'm lunging and I'm reaching it here, the ball is going to go to the left. So you're telegraphing, you're showing where you're going to hit. And maybe it'll work in the beginning, but against advanced players and intermediate players that are starting to read the body and know where the ball is going to go, it won't work. Second is your close stance. Close stance is a little bit better, because close stance disguises it a bit because of my turn of the shoulder. So I can go here or I can go down the line. The issue with the close stance is you can't use it from far back. And here's why. We'll use this court right here. If I'm far back and this foot's here and I'm rotating, I'm falling off balance because I have nowhere to displace my energy and I'm locking my back. If I go in neutral, I'm able to roll off my back foot and finish. So this is like a quick overview of the stances and mainly hitting the point of the neutral stance. And the whole point of my video was to show you guys in different sports where the neutral stance is evident. And of course, that's why kids growing up, especially when they're younger, should play multiple sports. And then if they decide to settle on tennis, sweet, icing on the cake. So until next time, guys, I'm going to post a quick video of Conor McGregor at the end of this so you can get sort of the sports science behind it if you weren't convinced enough. And then I'm just going to keep rolling out some videos and get more exact into it. Again, this was just a quick overview, and hopefully you enjoyed it. Thanks, guys.
McGregor's brute power is rooted in technique. When initiating a left-handed strike, McGregor typically puts about 80% of his weight on his back foot. Then, using his front leg as a fulcrum, he propels himself into his target with as much rotational velocity as an MLB pitcher rocketing a fastball. The result is a punch that consistently packs nearly 850 pounds of force. That's on par with a 10-pound sledgehammer swung at 20 miles per hour.